Hello again, everyone. It's Vince Moore from TradingWinds.com, and this is our update for October 25th, 2017. Let's take a quick look at today's markets. It was a bit of a wild ride today on Wall Street. We saw the Dow drop almost 200 points before reversing and making back about half its lost. The other equity indices did the same thing, but by the end of the session, the Dow was still lower by 112 points, while the S&P 500 gave up 12 points. The NASDAQ was down 34, and the Russell dropping 7 points today. TLT, which has become very interesting here, also closing lower today by about 59 cents. It was lower earlier in the session, but now, slowly but surely, it's gotten back to these lows near 122, which is very important. If we look at the higher time frames here, you can see that on both the weekly and the monthly, we've had this move from one side of that moving average to the other, come back to retest it successfully and bounce off, and now break this prior low. So it really looks like we're getting lower prices here, which will result in higher yields, which at the end of the day will give investors something to look at other than stocks. The higher the bond yields go, the more people start rotating out of equities and into bonds. Now, we're nowhere near that dramatic yet, but a pretty clear sign here on pretty much all time frames on TLT, which is the ETF of the 20-year treasury bond. So this is just something to, as a heads up, just to keep an eye on here going forward. But the higher bond yields go, the more interesting this market will become. The 10-year treasury today, the yield was top 2.4, which we haven't seen in a while. Gold was fairly flat. Crude today down just about 29 cents or so. And the earnings releases continue. Now, as you know, CMG came out last night and disappointed. This morning, gap lower and actually ended up closing lower by almost 15%. A massive, massive move, well below those lows that we've been keeping an eye on. So this one is definitely on its way towards those targets of 250 and eventually 150 here, the 08 high. So after market close today, though, Buffalo Wild Wing came out and beat, and we saw them up about 20% or so, bringing it all the way back to the 122 mark, which would close this gap here. So look for a big gap there. And tomorrow, after market close, is a huge day for earnings. We've got Twitter, Amazon, Google, among several other names. So another big day for earnings on tap for tomorrow. That's about it for now. Enjoy the rest of your day, and we'll see you on our next update.